How y'all doing? Jalapies for my tardiness. But you know, the adventures of Super Dad don't stop. The adventures of Super Dad don't stop. For those of you that's in the Discord, I am in the Discord. If you have any questions, want to unmute and ask anything, I am in the Discord. Let me get myself together here. All righty. Good morning. If this is your first time tuning into Tim's Tidbits, please allow me to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning into Tim's Tidbits, I still want to say welcome. But I also want to give you a nice hearty, well, thank you for always tuning in to Tim's Tidbits. And today you have tuned into another episode of the Overnight Price Action Review. Yes. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., a.k.a. Aranya Grande. That's Big Spider for my non-Spanish speaking folks. How y'all doing, man? Hope y'all had a good evening. Hey, this morning, I got up to set up my live stream, and I saw a video on the Birdie Bird app. And Lil Hawk say, no, they not like us. That song stuck in my head. I just heard it in the car. Me and my homeboy, we were going back and forth. And my kids. Me and my homeboy and my kids. Cause me, I don't follow the crowd. I like what I like. And I said Drake won. They disagree. Now, they not like us. That I told my kids. I said this is a battle, but this is music. You have to drop something that's catchy and hit. People don't, 50 Cent told y'all, people don't want to think that deep when they listen to music. And Drake was mopping them. Why? Because he dropped the bop. Kendrick dropping all that. He was coming with the punchlines. But until he dropped They Not Like Us, everybody was like, you gotta listen to it again. You gotta listen to it. Every time Kendrick dropped, the first thing they said, you gotta listen to it again. They was reaching for reasons for Kendrick to be better. You got to go back and listen again, man. You got to listen. I don't care who it is. The radio personalities, the bloggers, everybody was like, man, you just got to go back and listen to it again, man. Kendrick, I'm telling you, man, you got to listen to it again. But when he dropped They Not Like Us, ain't nobody say go back and listen to it again. They just like, oh, this the nail in the coffin. Why? Because it was a bop. It sound good. It's music. It's got to sound good. And I'm sorry. I can't give you the victory off of one song. This man been mopping all of y'all. And then you think I'm going to give you the victory off one song? I can't give you the victory off one song. The song Fight, I like both of them, but I can't give you the victory off of one song. When he dumped it down and dropped the bop, now ain't nobody saying go back and listen to it again. But every other song he dropped, man, you got to listen to it again. You got to listen to it again. You got to listen to it again. That's just my humble opinion. That's just my humble opinion. Because them other songs, he was getting mopped. He was mopping the floor with him. Even on the last one. Even on the last one. I can't give you the victory off of one song. Matter of fact, I went back yesterday and I listened to all the songs again in chronological order. And he was getting mopped until he dropped They Not Like Us. All the songs, I like K-Dot. All the songs was good. But Drake was mopping them all. Mopping them all. Until he dropped They Not Like Us. That's the only time I gave Kendrick the up on out of the songs they was dropping against each other. That's the only time I get. Every other time. So I can't. If you got a 5-round bout, just like in the NBA, you got the best out of 7. I can't just give you the win because you win game 7. If you lost game 1 through 6 and you come in and play game 7 and blow them out, you still lost. Man, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was looking on the Birdie Bird app, and I saw this. What's the name? I shared this in the Discordia. Where is it? I shared this. I said, good morning. PPIs today, CPI tomorrow. Right? Please I had to put not. I left out the not. Please do not be that person to try and guess the move, especially with CPI tomorrow. And then I shared this post right here from Twitter. The person that ran out across the floor. Right? I thought that was funny. And then today, and I was recording the screen for PPI. I used to try to do this for the mentees. And I was recording the screen here. And then this happened. And I promise you, it reminded me. It reminded me of the thing. I was like, OMG. I was like, OMG. Look at that. I said, OMG, everyone. This looks exactly like the post I shared. Because it looked just like the post I shared when it like went all the way out the screen of my phone. It went all the way out the screen of my phone. When I what happened to the little video? It went all the way out the screen of my phone when I was playing. Oh, there it is right there. Uh-oh, did I stop sharing my screen? I think I just stopped sharing my screen. Yeah, I did. Ain't nobody in there anyway. But yeah, it's like it's like because it wasn't locked on the side. And when it started moving, it went all the way out the screen. I was like, oh my goodness. But look at that. This is why you don't try to predict the move. You see how fast that moved? Did you see how fast that moved? And it moved the screen. It moved the screen. And I had to shrink. Look, you see how the numbers were shrinking up? That right there. I'm not doing that. The price is shrinking the screen like that because I got it locked to keep it in the thing. The price is shrinking that up like that. That's why you don't want to try to guess the move. You do not want to try and guess the move. All right. Now, let me say good morning to everybody. And good morning. Here to learn the show. Good morning, 100. Good morning, Randa. Good morning, Tish. Buenos dias, Valentin. I said Valdez. Valentin, buenos dias. Good morning, Lil Hawk. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, E-Rock. E-Rock, appreciate you for letting me know I forgot the night in there. Good morning, Seawalk. They not like us. Yes, Tish. Yes, exactly. I don't follow the crowd. All right. Let's get into it, man. let's get into the overnight price action. Oh, the market is open. The market is open. The market is open. If you're going to trade, please trade safe. If you're not going to trade, please take a copious amounts of notes so you can go back and study what you saw today and apply it to your future trading endeavors. And if you think you're ready to be a prop firm trader, use my affiliate link to sign up with Apex. They're doing 80% off for the whole month of May with 1 day pass. I kill me. Hey, who remember Alf? Who ain't here old enough to remember that show Alf? When Gordon Shumway, aka Alf, used to be he used to be like, I kill me. Ain't none of y'all probably old enough to remember that. Wait a minute, there's some people here old enough to remember. I know Michelle, Deborah. Who else in here? There's some people here old enough to remember Alf. Tish, I know Tish, you gotta remember Alf. I kill me. Let's find 6 o'clock p.m. That song stuck in my head because they was just playing it on the Breakfast Club. They were saying that it I think it hit #1 on the charts. I think They Not Like Us hit #1 on the charts. They said one of Drake's songs was on the charts. They said Like That was on the charts. So this little rap beef been good for music, man. Little rap beef been good for rap music. If you're a rap music fan. At 6 o'clock, we opened up right here at 5241.75. And then we went up to this imbalance. That's a volume imbalance. Then we came back down and took the sell side before hovering inside the new day gap and put I kill me. Okay. All right, for real. We open up here at 5241.75. And then we consolidated there for about 45 minutes inside the new day opening gap. That's what this gray area is here for anybody who don't know what the new day opening gap is. The new day open. Hey, wait a minute. Why is that not lined up right? Yeah, hold on. Something is off right there. The new day opening gap is the closing price. Something's off. This got moved. It's the closing price at the end of day. It's the closing price at the end of day. All right, that's 459. And then it's from the closing price end of day to the opening price the next day. So this is the 459 candle right here. It closed at 52.43 even. And this is the 6 p.m. candle right here. It opened at 52.41.75. So that's the new day opening gap right there. That's another ICT concept. And it had me throw it off because it was like in the middle of a candle. And it should never be like in the middle of a candle on like the 15 minute. On the 15 minute, it should be at the open or close of a candle. And I was messed up because it was like hovering in the middle of this red candle right there. So I'm like, wait a minute, something's off. So I had to make sure it was lined up correctly. All right. So we came up into this volume imbalance here. Mentees, we haven't talked about volume imbalances officially inside any lectures. But a volume imbalance is just when two consecutive candles bodies don't overlap like this. There's a space in between the bodies. That's a volume imbalance. because the bulk of the volume happens inside the body of the candle. And if the bodies aren't overlapping, Michael calls that a volume imbalance. Right. So we came back up into that volume imbalance here on the 8:15 p.m. candle, respected it nicely. And then we proceeded to pull back down, and we took out the short-term sell side below the new day opening gap right here, push back up to the low of this volume imbalance on the 9 from the 8:45 to 9:15 candle, right? Oh, before then I see that we tapped into this 15-minute fair value gap in volume imbalance. They had a lot of volume imbalances last night. So the consequent encroachment of this 830 SIBI was the high of the volume imbalance in between the 830 and 845 candles. We kind of consolidated the top on top of the new day opening gap before pushing down from 10:45 until 11:30, taking out the short-term sell side below the Asian range thus far, the Asian and Sydney range thus far, and also taking out sell side from a swing low, the last swing low of yesterday's trading right here at its 315 swing low. We tapped below that. That's all inside the new week opening gap right there where price was handling that business at. And then from 11:45 up until hey, where's my midnight line? Oh, right there. There it is. I couldn't see my midnight line. It was on the top of the new week opening gap. So the midnight open was at 52.4150, right? And from midnight up until 2:45, we just proceeded up and took out the Asian high, right? Once we took out the Asian high, we just kind of consolidated there for a little while. Initially, we made an equal high with the Asian high at 2 o'clock. Then we just kind of consolidated there for a little while until 3:30, staying on the top side of this inversion fair value gap, the same one that I talked about that we had just kissed. It was that 830 SIBI, right? It's now an inversion fair value gap because we were on the top side of it. We respected that, kind of dilly-dallied above that, taking out the last swing high from yesterday afternoon on this 4:30 candle, right? We took out the low on the 11:30 candle, and we took out the high on the 4:30 candle, and then we just kind of chilled there, did a whole bunch of nothing until we came up. We did make we did make an equal high here with this 12 p.m. high, this lunchtime high from yesterday, right? We made an equal high for the lunchtime high from yesterday, and then at the news, we dropped it like it's hot, taking out yesterday's low and pulling all the way down into, I think this is a 4-hour BISI. It is. It's a 4-hour BISI, pulled all the way down. The low of the BISI is 52.16.25, and the news low of that candle is 52.16.75. So we're 2 ticks off of filling that 4-hour BISI. After the news, price started to come back up, and we came up, and on the 9:15 candle, we tapped into those equal highs that was created just before the news, and we pulled back down here just recently into this inversion fair value gap again, and that's where we are. Oh, I ain't have my fancy dancing on. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't going back through it, but there go the fancy dancing. I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot that y'all should have told me to turn on the fancy dancing. Y'all should have told me to turn on the fancy dancing. But it's 9:40. Okay. Since I ain't have on my fancy dancing, I'll go back. So we open here. I ain't gonna say the prices no more. Create the new day opening gap. Okay, and you see here now how the new day opening gap is at the close of that candle and the open of that candle. Before it was like swayed over here somewhere. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, that's off, right? But that's your new day opening gap. We pushed up, we came into this volume imbalance right here in between the 345 and the 4 p.m. candle, respected it nicely right at the body of it. Put my crosshairs on there, right there at the body of it. I mean the low of it. Then we came down, creating a SIBI and a volume imbalance and another volume imbalance there. We pushed back up into the SIBI right there at consequent encroachment of the SIBI. Came down and took out the low below the Sydney and Asian session thus far. Traded back up, set up on the high of the new day opening gap. 10:45 to 11:30, we traded back down, taking out the last swing low of yesterday at the 315 candle from midnight, and we were inside the new week opening gap during that time. From midnight up until 2:30, we traded back up, taking out the buy side from the Asian and Sydney session, right? Creating an inversion fair value gap from that 8:30 SIBI. Then from then we proceeded up to take out the last swing high from yesterday afternoon with the 5 a.m. candle. From the 5 a.m. candle up until 8:15 candle, we just kind of consolidated there and then made an equal high with the lunchtime high from yesterday right there. And then at the news, we came in and dropped it like it's hot. Went down to the 4-hour BISI, 2 ticks away from the low. Then after the news, we traded back up and we have tapped into the equal highs, pulled back down into kissed the high of the inversion fair value gap, right? Kissed the high of the inversion fair value gap, and we just pushed back up above those highs again, and that's where we are right now in price. It's 9:42. We are making our way back up into, we have this 15-minute imbalance that we tapped into here once before back yesterday. We tapped into it on the 10:15 candle. We tapped into this SIBI, this 9:30 SIBI yesterday at 10:15 and traded down, and now we're trading back up towards that. We just hit this bearish order block over here, right? We just hit the bearish order block right there, and then we got the rest of this SIBI and then this bearish breaker over there. That's what we got above price right now. So we got a bearish breaker here. Got a bearish breaker there on the 15-minute. And we got this SIBI that we already tapped into, but the breaker is inside the SIBI. And the consequent encroachment of the SIBI is looking like it's kind of lining up with the mean threshold of the breaker. Yes, it is. So there you go. That's what we have above price on the 15-minute time frame. All right. Yes, and then that breaker is roughly the last candle of this bearish order block. Last up close candle of this bearish order block is the same on the 60-minute, is in the same place as the 15-minute breaker, and then we have 60-minute one here. All right, we got a 60-minute breaker there. All right. That was made in London, and this 15-minute was made in the New York. So the 60-minute breaker was made in London. This 15-minute was made in the New York. And with that, that brings me to the end of the overnight price Hexion review with the redo, with the do-over, with the do-over. That's all I got. Do anybody got anything for me before I call it? Does anyone have anything for me before I call it? I don't feel like looking at all this on my chart. All right, that's it, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. What's happening? I've never seen the name before. Lamaz Valiska. Lamaz Valiska. Lamaz Vali. Is it Limaz Valiska or Lamaz Velasca? I know in other languages they pronounce the vowels the same every time, but that's my first time ever seeing that name. If it's not your first time tuning into Tim's Tidbit, I jollifies, but that's my first time ever seeing that name. So welcome. What's up, Lump? What's going on, Sanjay? That's it, man. Yeah, I saw Seawalk, saw Tish, saw Rhonda. Yeah. All right, man. I appreciate y'all. If you're going to trade, please trade safe. If you're not going to trade, please take a copious amounts of notes so you can go back and study what you saw today on the overnight price Hexion. And until the next time I decide to get on Al Gore's internet and share my thoughts on this thing they call price action, remember, it's your boy, Aranya Grande. That's Big Spider for my non-Spanish speaking folk, a.k.a. Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. Y'all be safe out here in these trade streets, man. Gone.